The 2023 Golden Guitar Female Artist of the Year, the legendary Amber Lawrence, is a well-established fixture in country music with over 20 years in the industry. Heralding in a new album project for release next year, Amber recently dropped the second single from it, which is called You Can Admit You Like Country Music, that I just played a few seconds ago. Great song. I love that song, which is the follow-up to anthemic hit Kick the Doors Down, also a great track. In her career to date, Amber has released 7 studio albums, 3 children's albums, and she's a 6 times Golden Guitar Award winner and 2 times ARIA Award nominee. Plus, she was the highest-selling female artist for 2023. Amber just announced her upcoming Tamworth Festival appearances next year with a headline show on Friday, the 24th of January at Blazers, and her all-ages Tamworth's Biggest Kids Country Show on Sunday, the 19th of January at the Town Hall. Now, I previously spoke with Amber on the phone back in February, and I'm once again deeply honoured and privileged to have her standing by on the phone to have a chat with me right now. So let me bring her on air without any further ado. This seriously talented songstress. Let's get her on air right now. Hello, Amber. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good, thank you.
Oh, great. Again, thank you very much for taking the time to have this chat with me, and welcome once again to the Country Club.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute privilege. Like I said, I'm a great admirer of what you've done, and your professionalism.
Thank you.
All that sort of stuff. So, anyway, without any further ado, tell us the story behind this great song of yours. You Can Admit You Like Country Music. Did you write that alone, or was it a co-write?
No, I wrote that by myself. I guess the song started in a different format with another writer, Glenn Cunningham, and then I was asked to go on the Project TV, Channel 10, to talk about the rise of country music and Beyonce's new album, etc. And so when I finished that live television interview, I thought, it's very interesting after all this time how everyone's saying country music's cool, and I just played around with the song and just thought it was kind of fun and quirky to say, you can admit it now, everyone. It's okay. You're allowed to say you like country music.
Okay. It sort of puts me in mind of that Lainey Wilson song, Country's Great.
Country Cool Again.
Yeah. And
yeah, I mean, it's a bit different in a way. I mean, definitely a different feel, but
yeah.
I wanted to create a feel that would fit nicely in our live show as well, something real kind of fun and energetic, and we always play it live now, which is fun as well.
I actually like your song better than hers, to be honest.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Okay. All right, just quickly, where can people buy your music?
You can, at the moment, the new songs aren't on an album. They'll be on an album coming out this year, I guess.
Okay.
But you can get it on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon and YouTube. Yeah. So just Google me, you'll find all my music.
Okay. Look, I got to mention this. I mean, 20 years. That's a long time. To be a successful artist like yourself.
Yeah, I've been doing it. Full time since 2008. That's 16 years or something, and a few years before that when I was still working a job and growing a music career. But yeah, mostly it's been fun. It's been a lot of hard work too. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. That's the music industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely enjoy it, and now I'm in a good position after working so hard that at times I can sort of design the way I want my career to go. Do I want to go on tour? Do I want to release an album?
Okay.
So I can make those decisions myself, which is cool.
It's a nice place to be, I guess, as an artist.
I mean, you're always wanting and hoping that different festivals still want you to play, and they want you on the main stage at the the nice 6 o'clock set when the sun's going down. So we still have to, the phone still has to ring, and that applies for all artists,
yes.
No matter how high and successful they are. And I think that's one of the reasons you've got to keep creating. But, I mean, you keep creating because that's just part of you as well. So,
Yeah.
Some of the songs you write for the radio release and other songs, like a song I released in January this year called 5 Years of You about my son starting school, that
Yep.
was purely really to release just for the mums of people starting school.
I've actually got that song in my playlist, and it does get a bit of a spin every now and then. It's a great song. I love it.
Thank you. Well, it's honest,
It is, yes.
How you feel.
Yeah, it's a very appealing song, I think, not only to me but to people listening to it. I think it touches a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
So well done with that one, I've got to say.
Thank you.
Now, one of the things I was going to ask you was, what's your most memorable experience as a performer? But, you performed in front of the President of the United States.
Yeah, and he's now the president again, so...
Yeah, that's right.
Well, soon to be, anyway. It's just sort of the adventures that music is able to take you on, which is quite interesting. I wrote this song about Australia and America's friendship and relationship,
Yeah.
And then I was asked to sing it in New York in front of Malcolm Turnbull, who was our Prime Minister at the time, and Donald Trump, the President, and amongst 800 other people. But, Donald Trump was right there in the front row. It was amazing. I'm just there singing the song and he's listening. Couldn't believe it.
Incredible. What an experience that must have been. Wow. Yeah. And the song's called, 100 Years or something?
100-Year Handshake.
That's right. Yeah. Lovely stuff. I mean, it's just
an adventure.
I'm awestruck that, someone can come to you and say, listen, here's a song and here's the idea behind it. Can you write a song about it? And you did. Yeah. And you did, and what a great song. I'm just,
Thank you.
I'm breathless about it. But also you entertained the troops in Afghanistan.
Yes, I have. I've been to Afghanistan. I've been to the Sinai Desert.
And
this
East
year
Timor.
I went to the UK as well to sing for the troops, and I've also been to East Timor. So I've done it 4 times now, and definitely a highlight of my career, singing for the troops. And again, music just takes you on these journeys that you sort of never thought was possible.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I have to ask. Well, given you 20 years, you must have started when you were like 3 years old. I look at your photo online, and I think, how was this 20 years? I mean, you must have started very young.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Not that young, to be honest. But look, I use moisturiser, stay out of the sun, and lots of makeup. There you go. There's the key.
Okay. That's beautiful. I love it. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So I have to ask, and people would appreciate, I think, what advice would you have for someone just starting out in country music?
Starting out, I would say take it one step at a time. Like it's great to have ambitions, but you also need to get the fundamentals right, and the fundamentals are the building blocks for having a career later on. So I think it's a bit sort of, we have the ability now to really get ahead of ourselves in music because of social media. And right. I think it's important to really just get the foundations, get really good at performing and connecting with your audience, and, then the rest will come.
Okay. All right. That sounds like good advice. Now...
just my opinion.
No, and it makes sense. I mean, it's, I'm sure there's young people maybe listening in, and they'll take that on board, and it'll serve them well.
Well, yeah, you can do it any way you like. To be honest, there's no rules, and if it works for you, then just keep doing it that way.
Yeah, and just keep a professional attitude, I think, is important as well.
Yeah.
But look, if you hadn't become a musician. If you hadn't been, struck with the ambition to play music or do that, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Well, I did go to university and I studied finance and accounting, and I worked in that fair bit as I was sort of building my career. I don't know if I'd still be doing that, but that was definitely where I started, working in finance. So
Okay.
music then came along and definitely stole my heart and attention. But yeah, I think creativity is something, that I was definitely craving rather than just sitting in an office crunching numbers.
I just can't picture you sitting, behind a computer and, punching numbers in, I just can't get that image in my head, but...
That's why I'm no longer doing
it. Fair enough. Okay. What actually drew you to the industry? I mean, you had to wake up one day and think to yourself, I want to be, a musician and, a famous rock star.
I didn't really. I didn't do it that way. I was just playing music and singing for a hobby.
Okay.
And I just sort of kept getting better at it. And then once I started writing songs, which again, I just did it just for the experiment and the joy of writing a song, that's when I sort of got the bug for maybe taking my music and playing it in front of people and then going to Tamworth. And then, like I said earlier, it's I sort of came about it through building foundations rather than, I want to be famous and I want to go to Tamworth and I want to win golden guitars. My intentions were, I want to play these songs to people. So that's where I started. And then, one thing led to another, led to another, led to another.
And you did go to Tamworth, and you did get golden guitars. So
yeah, exactly.
What a success story! That's really amazing. But when I say what a success story, I'm sort of being a bit flippant, I think, because it belies the amount of work and effort and determination on your part that it took to get to where you are. And it must have been a hell of an effort, I think, anyway. But, look, good luck to you.
Right, and as long as you love it, then you're able to continue to do it and continue to improve and take the setbacks and, grow from them rather than sort of go, this is not for me anymore. So, it's been a lot of work and, a lot of fun, but, a lot of work as well.
And I imagine you would have had to develop a pretty thick skin along the way.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a thick skin, but that doesn't mean things don't affect you. They do, of course. But you get better at being able to say, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you say, you got to deal with the setbacks, but I suppose the highs make it worth the effort somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And, when it becomes your job, for me, I love that this is my job and, people come up to me all the time and say they wish they could have their passion as their job, and I get to have that. So, I feel lucky.
I envy that, I really do, but, in a nice way because, you deserve it. I mean, you've worked hard and you deserve your success, so, you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Now, here's a really tricky question, but we'll do this one first. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. You're making me nervous. What do you class as your main influence, or who do you class as your main influences?
Oh, I wouldn't say anyone, to be honest. I don't. I like to just be influenced by cross-section of people and. Yeah, there's certainly not one person I'd say, I'm trying to model myself on that. That's just not something I've done.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a different answer to what I usually get. I generally get a whole list of people that, are regarded as influences. Yeah. But, that's a good answer. I like that. It sets you apart a bit. All right, so what's next for you? What do you got in the way of upcoming gigs, festivals, whatever? And I also want to talk about your upcoming album, but let's do the gigs first.
Yeah, we're going to have to wrap it up too soon. So.
Okay, all right, no worries.
Yeah. Well, I've got Christmas carols to do today, so I've got to get sound check shortly.
Oh, okay. All right.
Got a New Year's Eve gig. Then we've got Tamworth. Got a kids show at Town Hall, and then my headline show at Blazers on the Friday, and then roll into some festivals next year, and I think, release a new album. I just don't know when I'm going to do that. But I do have the songs recorded, so we've just got to come up with the time to get the album out.
Okay, so there's no definite date on that yet?
No, definitely not.
All right, something to look forward to. Look, can I send you a text when I'm, later in the day, to give you our mailing address here at the studio, and can you send me a CD?
Oh, of course.
Of the album, because I would love to have a listen to it and add the tracks to my playlist. All right, look, I won't keep you any longer because you've got stuff to do. So, thank you so much for taking the time to have this chat with me, Amber. I really, really do appreciate it very, very much, and I hope we can get.
No worries. It's always busy. Flew back from Adelaide. Now got to go down to the next gig.
Okay.
And sound check, and then that's tonight, and then plenty on still.
All right. Like I said, I do appreciate you taking the time out for chatting with me. Let me just wish you a great Christmas and a terrific New Year, and I look forward to hopefully, chatting with you again next year when the album comes out. And
thank you so much for playing all my music. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You tick all the boxes, so there you go. I love playing it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good gig, break a leg, and hopefully I'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks a lot. I got lots of Christmas carols to sing tonight.
Enjoy. I love it.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.